Hello, hello, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. We're still here with our lad, our precious boy. Argos is great. Ignore the ceaseless lament of the weeping charcoals lying hidden in the shadows, and make haste to move on. Hold still. A tangle of fiends is nearby. Those shifting tendrils, easy to mistake for branches swaying in an absent wind, a quiver in anticipation of sinking their barbs into the flesh of a nearby and to any passerby. And that pelt you wear draws their thickening. We're doing great today. Thirsting fangs like iron to lodestone. Be slow and cautious. Stay out of their reach as you move past. Brush away the featherlight touches against your shoulders and arms and nape. Tug against the grip of those stray shackles. If they grow too persistent, turn your gaze upon them and banish those little sprites, as though they were stray, errant thoughts. And turn aside when you hear the crashing and bellowing of the mad beasts stalking these passageways. Let neither your breath nor the race of your pulse betray your presence. As the sun reaches in zenith, and the valley's heat seeps into the snake's very bones, his mind begins to swim. He must focus himself on his wandering thoughts, find something which first distract from the exterior of his journey. A familiar litany begins to dance upon his slack tongue, echoing from shallow depths of memory. Oh, power, wealth, empire, still outstripping skill in the heady rivalry of life. Something, Nikos. The thread slips through his fingers. His brow furrows against the glaring light while he fumbles in the recesses of his mind. Then he grasps it once more. Peddling lies. Eyes peeled from his own profit. Nikos? Hello. He loses himself in the charade. Cadence, right? Of speech. The movements not sowing the air too much with his hand, but using all gently, remembering where he was before, and then keeping the line. The truth of his words, whatever he can believe in with sincerity. With no help from the birds, the flight of my own intelligence hits the mark. And this is the man you try to overthrow. You think you'll stand by Creon, where he's king. You and the great mastermind, you'll pay in tears, I promise you, for this witch hunt. Nikos. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Is it Nikos? Nikos? No idea. The snake jerks in surprise, as though awakening from a dream. Morning, a sunlight filters through drawn blinds to illuminate the small loft room. His unkept bed, sheets still tangled from his anxious and fitful slumber, and the many posters adorning the walls. A thin dagger reaches all the way into the squat desk opposite the window, cutting across the keyboard of his laptop. He shifts on his tail, and that sliver of light paints an orange-yellow gash onto the scales of his side. Dominicos looks at himself in the mirror and takes a moment to recognize his own reflection. And then another knock on his bedroom door rattles his thoughts back into place. He slithers over to turn the knob with one hand, his other kneading into the corner of his eye. Then he lets out a quiet grunt as the door swings open. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, still waking up. The older serpent outside the room looks Dominicos up and down. Stayed up all night rehearsing? I know the feeling. I know you're excited, but don't push yourself too hard, alright? Yes, Bompus? The snake's father, his Bompus, nods. Then he crosses his arms over his chest and leans his shoulders against the doorframe and grins. So, we couldn't help but overhearing a bit. You want to give Mama and me a sneak preview before your audition. A smile breaks down over the young snake's countenance. Sure. Think you could give me some pointers on it? I'd be happy to, but Mama has a fine breakfast waiting for us first. Come along, and let's not keep her waiting any longer. She's making fried Those words alone make the younger snake's mouth water, and Dominicos's tongue flicks out, trying with desperation to taste a hint of cheese and honey in the air. Ha! I knew that'd perk you up. Come on. He has to carefully turn himself around in the narrow stairwell. Before leading his son downstairs, the younger snake follows both his father and the rich smells of cooking breakfast into the main room of the house. Dominicos finds a smile spreading on his face at the sight, homey and comfortable and familiar, of his mama slithering to and fro within the kitchen. She prods at the pan of sausages, sizzling on a stove, humming as she works. Yes, as she works. Excuse me. The younger snake awaits until she turns around. Turns towards the island table, wiping her hands on her apron before calling out. Good morning, Mama. She turns around, and a wide smile breaks over her own face, while she rushes over to wrap her arms around her son. Well, there he is, our little Argos Panots, yeah, okay. Like all who find themselves within such a material embrace, Dominicos squirms and huffs, even as the warmth radiated by his dear mama, soothes the lingering remnants of the child he once was. I haven't been chosen just yet, Mama. This is only the audition. And even then, there's still the trials. Nonsense. The Council of Craft would be a fool not to choose you. And I'll say as such right to his crafty face. She pats his cheek with both of her palms, and while Bompus frowns at his wife's little blasphemy, he nods in agreement while setting the table. You'll do your Popoli proud, I'm sure of it. I just wish he was here, too. She claps her son on the shoulder. So, why don't you put on a little performance for us while the coffee is brewing? Are you sure? The eggs and the gravira won't be hurt if they stay in the pan a little longer. Come on. Show us what you've been working on. Dominicos cannot put up any resistance in the face of his mother's insistence. He looks at his father for assistance, but the older serpent only shrugs and moves to turn down the heat on the stove. All right, all right. His mother moves away to give him space, slithering back on over next to her husband. The two proud parents watch in anticipation as Dominicos takes a deep breath to prepare. In and then out. Remember where you were before this. You are Oedipus, the king of thieves. Tyresses has come prophesizing doom upon your reign. Like righteous fury fills your breast at this insult. Keep the line. You are the king, and must act with the dignity of one. You rightly earned your crown with your wit and bravery. It is Creon, your brother-in-law, who seeks to use the seer against you and take the crown for himself. Let the thought of it sting you. Open your mouth and berate these would-be usurpers. Put on the costume, speak the lines, perform the role, and let the role become truth. O power, wealth, empire, skill outstripping skill in the heady rivalries of life, what ambushed envy lurks within you? Just for this, the crown the city gave me. I never sought it. They laid it in my hands. For this alone, Creon, the soul of trust, my loyal friend from the start, steals against me. So hungry to overthrow me, to set this wizard on me, this scheming quack, this fortune teller peddling lies, eyes peeled for his own profit, seer blind to his craft. He turns his gaze upon his Bampa, upon the blind seer, a Tyrus, and his tail lashes while he snorts in imperious contempt. Come on, you pious fraud, tell me, when did you ever prove yourself a prophet? When the Sphinx, that chanting fury, kept her death watch here? Why silent then? Not a word to set our people free. There was a riddle, not for some traveler to guess. It cried for a prophet. Where were you? Did you rise to the crisis? Not a word. You and your birds, your gods, nothing. No. But I come by. Oh, wait. Oedipus? The ignorant. I stopped the Sphinx. With no help from the birds, the flight of my own intelligence hit the mark. He draws himself up like a cresting wave, looming with all his lordly might and presence over these men, these fools, these grandeur-deluded rebels. And this is the man you try to overthrow. You think you'll stand by Creon when he's king. You and the great mastermind, you'll pay in tears, I promise you, for this witch hunt. If you were not an old man, you would have paid already for your plot. False silence. Oh, silence falls. The king holds his stance for 1 tick of the clock. 2, 3. Excuse me. And then Dominicos bowed to the not quite thunderous, but no less enthusiastic applause of his mother and father. Bravo! Bravissimo. Okay. Nikos? Excellent! You'll do just fine! The older snake claps the younger on the back, while Mama bristles against the kitchen to... bustles? To the kitchen to start serving up breakfast. Come, sit and eat. You'll need lots of energy if you're going to impress the Council of Craft with your, thespian skills. Dominicus moves with his, Bompus over the table. Excuse me. I should have gotten a bottle of water before I started recording. Unfortunate. And snakes himself, as though awakening from a dream. The snake casts his gaze around the arid valley surrounding him, and then at his own pelt-clad form. Rubs his eyes, grunts to confirm the sound of his own voice. The heat's getting to me. Are we almost there, O goddess? We are indeed. Look, Orestes. There, in that cliffside, hidden behind the brush, and just to the right of that dead Ditani tree. Do you see it? That cleft in the rock is our destination. Leave memories of the past behind. They are, at best, distractions from the purpose of the expedition. You have your direction, O snake. Now follow it. The rocky passageway descending deep into the earth, offers shelter from the glaring sun above. As the snake squeezes through the cleft in the wall of the cliff, he finds himself in darkness, oddly cool and slightly damp. He grimaces, wishing he'd had the presence of mind to bring along a torch. With no other option, he sets his hand on the smooth stone wall and allows it to guide his slow, careful slithering. He follows the slumping passage by torch, peering ahead in an attempt to make his eyes adjust to that inky blackness. Deeper, and then deeper still, shivering as the heat of the desert above is left behind. It's gradual, unnoticed at first, but as the snake makes his way into the bowels of the earth, a faint light begins to shimmer from up ahead. The passage ends at the opening into a large cavern. A vast underground lake, its surface as smooth as black glass, is ringed by a shore of white sand. At the water's edge, facing the entrance as if to welcome any traveler who might find this hidden grotto, is a statue of a man with an outstretched hand. Arm? Okay. The entire area is lit by the same sourceless, silvery light which the snake has become aware of during his descent. He cannot help but be grateful for the illumination. A path of smooth stone leads to the statue's base and circles around it upon the shore. Be not shy, Orestes. Follow the pathway and approach the statue. Take notice of its palm, turned upward and cupped at your eye level. Lift your gaze now and offer your pious respects to earth-shattering Poseidon. This is... Yes. When the gods crafted this realm, they erected within their own god-made shrines to accept offerings from the realm's master, along with any others who'd find their way into it. I believe, in fact, that your most recent test was meant to bring their existence, to Master Josh's attention, was it not? It was indeed. The Count's... Silence. Do not invoke him here. Apologies, goddess. You know who indicated that doing so would be a crucial step towards fulfilling this realm's true purpose. And indeed, there is a ring of truth to those words. I see him reasoning, Were Master Josh the virtuous man this plot requires, then making him aware of the god-made shrine would open the path to manufacture circumstances in which he'd be compelled to seek them out. Compelled, perhaps, to seek out this shrine, which few apart from its maker know of. Okay, but for what purpose? To find the parting gift Poseidon Taurus left behind for the starry-eyed descendant. The prisoner's sire, the white bull granted the King Minos of Crete, was meant to be sacrificed and returned to the sea. Should the prisoner now fulfill that old mandate, then the sea god's gift shall be summoned forth. For that reason, did the Earthshaker cave out this hollow, allowing none of his relatives upon Olympus to know of it. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to end the part here. So I will see you around, everyone.